Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello, guys. This is the last podcast that we will have. Let's call it season, because it's not going to be the last one for the whole year because we're going to start again on September, and just 30 days for everyone to relax and. I will keep uploading videos and stuff, but let's make this podcast a little bit more relaxed. I just chose a small amount of questions and stuff. First of all, I would like to tell you that for me, July was even better than February. I have amazing results across my accounts. I'm going to upload some case studies, some new things that I have seen with CBO optimization. Most probably you will see this content in September. And it's doing pretty well. It's a very good month, and I have scaled businesses from 80K to 160K, just doubling the budget or going close to 200K on others while they were spending 100K. In one instance, we went to 600K spent from 300K spent for a digital product and so on. So some pretty good stuff happened this month. I'm very happy with it, and I also got some new clients which came from YouTube, and we have a very good cooperation. The only thing that I want to say about the current news is that first of all, we've learned from officials that the pixel is going to be removed, and they're trying to remove it so that they can have only the API and everything. We know that we have better reporting right now on Facebook. I have a PDF here which I printed in order to read it all to you so that you will know how the new AI systems are helping in optimization. But there is this guy on his TikTok. His name is John Morgenstern. He uploaded a video that he is explaining how it was announced to them that the pixel is going to be removed, and now they are going to be left only with the API and so on. So you can go and watch his video. And before we go to your questions, I just want to read this PDF. As I told you, it's going to be a more relaxed podcast today. And I don't know if I'm going to even make it 1 hour long, so let's see. Now, I'm reading for this one. New AI advancements drive Meta's ad system performance and efficiency. And then they say, AI has long been a crucial component of Meta's ad system. I'm going to read it all to you, and you can understand, or you can replay the things that you want. We began with manual feature engineering for small models and progressed to building hundreds of deep neural network models with trillions of parameters. Each model is independently optimized for different goals, such as improving ad quality to provide better experiences for people or increasing conversion rates for a higher return on ad spend for our advertisers. Now, do we believe that? We do believe that. If we consider the fact that back in the day you could run broad targeting, for example, with super trained pixels, and now you can even do it with smaller accounts or even new accounts, and it's going to work. So the fact that we were having broad targeting working to just super advanced, super trained accounts, and now you have it to, as the time passes by, to most probably going to be able for all of the accounts. That shows that the optimization and everything is going into the right direction, and the targeting with AI help and everything. Meta continues to take bold steps to advance and deploy state-of-the-art AI and deliver a step change in our ad system performance. We're rolling out some more powerful AI models to improve performance across all ad types and ad surfaces. We aim to achieve this through deepened alignment with advertising objectives and utilizing the rapid expansions of high-growth areas like short-form video to provide enjoyable experiences to people, all while working to safeguard privacy. This is also another reason that Meta is pushing a lot the presets. I have some videos that I prepared with new pop-ups that they tell you to do an advanced plus campaign instead of normal campaign, even when you duplicate your ad sets. You now have more and more proposing to do just one campaign. They have recommendations. They have all of that because they believe that, and they're right, most of the people don't know how to run ads. So if we give them preset settings and we run these ads, they are going to have better chances of succeed and they're going to do better. Of course, I never believe that it's going to be better than us doing Facebook ads, but I believe that it's going to be super decent. It's going to be very good. The problem is the optimization, but I believe that also an AI is going to come later as a tool from a third-party company, from Facebook Meta, that is going to do this optimization. Still, Meta wants to make this super easy and non-complicated so that everybody can use it and spend money to it, and it has also to work, right? So they have to distribute the money. Yesterday, something happened with one of my clients. We had for 5 days very bad reporting on the platform until we fixed it with a developer. We were seeing, for example, in reality in the Excel worksheet 1.3, 1.5, for example, for a digital product, and in Meta we were seeing 0.09. Before that, we were seeing 1.2, 1.3. The moment that Meta started reporting really bad inside the Ads Manager, we were starting seeing 1.5, 1.6, 1.8, and we were having much more profitable days with bad reporting. I'm not saying that it would stay like this forever, but I'm just saying that it shows that Facebook was seeing that we were not getting the results that we were getting before, so it was trying more hard to give us good results, but it wasn't being reported because of our fault. That means to me, and from many other instances, that the game is rigged, okay? Facebook, if it wants, it can give you as many sales as it wants, but it just have to keep everyone happy. And the way that we optimize and we work is in giving a message to Facebook that we want you to do this or that in order for us to be happy. It doesn't mean that Facebook is going to give it always, but it means that we need to be a little bit more strict of what we're asking, especially in our optimization. This is why I'm focusing so much on optimization, because guess what? If for a period of time you're having 0.3 ROAS, Facebook is going to think that you're benefiting from that and you don't want to change anything, so it's going to keep giving you 0.3 ROAS and not trying to improve your results. Let's continue with this one. Over here it says it enhances Meta ad systems in the following ways. Better performance. Meta Lattice is capable of improving the performance of our ad system holistically. We've supercharged this performance with a high capacity architecture that allows our ad system to move broadly and deeply understand new concepts and relationships in data and benefit advertisers through joint optimization of a large number of goals. Early results from our deployment on Instagram show that knowledge sharing across its different surfaces, feed, story, and reels, and across various advertiser objectives, click, video views, and the conversion, increase performance for advertisers. Okay, they try to push the concept here that you should run also other type of campaigns like engagement and stuff. I don't believe in that. Joint optimization of value for people and advertisers resulted in better ad experiences for people, showing an 8% improvement in ads quality. 8% improvement in ad quality will do nothing. It's like some fake gurus that I see with Forex that they say that, oh my God, you had profits of 3%, and they consider something big and they build a huge hype around it. 3%, if you put $1,000, you are risking $3,000 and you take 3%, it's nothing. Better go buy a real estate instead of you will have better margins per year. Improved AI efficiency. Maintaining and advancing fewer, more powerful models make our overall ad system more nimble in adopting future AI innovations, driving greater value for our advertisers. We also expect that transitioning to Meta Lattice will allow our fleet to improve compute efficiency, freeing up resources to explore new frontiers in AI. Faster adaptability to the shifting market landscape. As people's expectations on how their data is used continue to evolve, regulations and policies from governments and industry players are also changing. Evolving data use regulations and platform practices change the type and the amount of data available to machine learning models. We've designed Meta Lattice to drive advertising performance in the new digital advertising environment where we have success to less granular data. Additionally, Lattice is capable of regenerating learnings across domain and objectives, which is especially crucial when the model has limited data to train on. Fewer models also mean we can proactively and efficiently update our models and adapt to the fast evolving market landscape. Total BS, nothing important over here to read. Let's go though to this one. It's explaining a little bit of how it works with app installs, hide less ads and so on, and it does all of these comparisons. Let's read of it. Before the use of this model architecture, Meta Ads model space was projected to grow substantially in the coming years as new services, advertising products, and privacy practices emerge. Maintaining a large model space often leads to slower proliferation, I don't know what this means, of AI innovations and compute inefficiency. We have built a holistic model architecture. This is BS, I don't want to read it. Let's go to this one. To overcome these challenges, we build the following key components. By the way, I'm reading everything that Meta announces or puts to the forum and stuff. Sometimes they don't even make sense. It's just like a template text. But sometimes you get some things here and there. But in my opinion of things is not being formed in the forums, but is being formed based on what I see on the ad platform. Now, holistic understanding of both advertisers and people objectives. Meta Lattice Lattice is the AI, by the way, which is doing all of that. Lattice can understand both the common usage patterns and the unique and latent people advertiser engagement patterns from heterogeneous data sources through multi-domain, multitask learning and armed by space activation techniques. Sparse activation techniques. This mechanism is particularly useful for the cold start problem. People can receive more relevant ad recommendations on emerging products and services, even though there is a little data to learn from through better generalization. Okay, I didn't understand much. Handling, okay, that's interesting. Handling delayed feedback. The engagement between an ad and the person viewing the ad can span from seconds, click like, to days, considering a purchase, adding to cart, and later making the purchase from a website or an app. Through multi-distribution modeling with temporal awareness, Meta Lattice can capture not only person real-time intent for fresh signals, but also long-term interest from slow, sparse, and delayed signals. But still, they say nothing about how long is it going to take. Is it going to be instant? No, we don't know. They have tried also another system which was all about modeled reporting. When the iOS came, they were saying that when you start your ads, you will have modeled reporting, you will have some speculation of how many sales your ads can produce. I don't know if they still use it, but I do know that they have better reporting now because I can see how reporting has been improved since the iOS 14 and how it is now. Also, if you break down the results, you will see that now it's being served to more iOS devices. So I think that they have improved a lot. Balancing multiple domains and objectives. Meta Lattice is able to balance performance across multiple domains and objectives and reach status. Let's lead the next ones. Advanced model sharing. Meta Lattice has trillions of parameters trained on hundreds of billions of examples from thousands of data domains, including Meta platform services for advertiser-facing products. Okay, we don't care about that either. Maximizing AI CapEx efficiency. Previously, hundreds of models were separately trained, served, and optimized. Now we've introduced two levels of resource sharing, horizontal sharing across domains, objectives, and ranking stages through joint optimization. Total BS. Yeah, I think that let's read just the last thing here. Meta Lattice is one way we're using AI more broadly and deeply to enhance Meta ad systems. The system will now continuously learn the essential characteristics that improve ad performance across various surfaces, objectives, and ad types simultaneously. Going forward, we'll continue to further iterate on Meta Lattice. This new model architecture creates more nimble system. One that is more adaptable to broader market changes, can quickly utilize new AI innovations, and operates more efficiently to deliver the results that help business growth. It's like you read it's like you read a text from from a politician. You know, it's full of vagueness, full of this kind of information. The only thing that I'm understanding here is that they're using AI with a lot of different models inside and a lot of different um, data points in order to be able to enhance the results or even enhance the late reporting or whatever. Anyway, that was it. Let's go, guys, to your questions. As I said, I want to make this podcast as small as I can. Next one over here is a question that I had. I don't remember his name, but he was asking me, if you're an advertiser, what kind of access do you need? So if you're an advertiser and you want to get access from your client in order to be able to run ads, you need, first of all, to go to the data sets. You're taking admin access to the pixel. The second, I'm going to talk about the minimum access, because if you take admin access to all of them, it's fine. Admin access to datasets, which is the pixel. Secondly, you need to take access for doing ads into the page and for manage campaigns to Instagram. For the ad account, again, ads only. You don't need admin for those three. The reason that I'm doing it like this is because once one of my clients' page got restricted, and I got a message that I was also restricted because I was an admin of that page. So randomly it chose an admin and just restricted also that person. Of course, I lifted it because it wasn't my fault, but it's a big mess for you to get restricted just because one page got restricted or whatever. This happened 2 years ago, but let me tell you that there is a chance, if still this works like this, that you might get restricted for a page that got restricted, that you were only advertiser, you were not the page owner. So I like to be just a person who is listed as an ads person inside this page instead of being an admin, because I got flagged for no reason randomly. I was unlucky, one of the people that got banned, because the message was, this page was restricted from advertiser, and one of her admin, no, of their admins got restricted also. Now, let's go to the next question. I guess it's asking. I guess Olivia here is asking if branded content works on 2023. Of course it does, and a lot of UGC content is working, and if you can do a collaboration with someone in order to do branded content, and you can run it from his ads. You can use existing post in the ad, and you can go in the branded content area inside, change post, and then do branded content there and use their Facebook page and whatever. They just have to accept you into the collaboration center. Now they have changed also that, and you can go immediately and you can do ads with them. They will just receive a message that says that somebody wants to run this ad, and they will have to accept without becoming members to your collaboration center and so on. Just start using them. I think they are super effective and you will like them. Hi, should we target people below 18 years old? If I target people below 18 years, CPMs are dirt cheap. Is that a good practice? It depends on what you're selling. Honestly, even on my advertisers, even on the people that I advertise to or my own businesses, I don't like to deal with 18 years old. For example, in my course, I don't let, of course, I cannot check it, but I would discourage somebody who is underage, and underage is not the correct form, correct word, but let's say somebody who is not 18 years old or more to buy the course, for example, or to do business with them, because maybe they don't have their own credit cards, they don't have their own cards, they will ask from their parents' money and so on. And I don't want to, I think it's a little bit risky. I'm not saying that there are not a lot of businesses that they are making a lot of money from minors, but you get my point, I think. Now, if your product pairs well with it, you can go for a period, and if you see that you have zero problems with parents and stuff with that, go for it, I guess. Next one, Alan. Thanks for the inspiring video. Have you considered using that theory that if you optimize for add to cart until you reach 50 conversions of the next step of funnel, I'm trying this theory, but I don't have much budget to play with. First of all, I don't care so much about the learning phase. I don't know why learning phase just became back to being an important factor or whatever. I see more and more of your comments, maybe from something that someone said, I guess. But don't be so afraid of the learning phase. Now, optimizing for add to carts is something that I'm also against too. I think that you should always optimize for purchases if we talk about conversion campaigns for e-commerce stores, because Facebook is extremely capable of giving you add to cart people that they only do add to carts in United States. Now, this can work in smaller countries. For example, if you have Switzerland, Greece, Belgium, Netherlands, smaller countries, if you optimize for add to carts, some of these people they are also buying, which makes total sense because Facebook doesn't have enough people just to give you people who add to cart. So if we talk about United States, I'm totally against it. I have seen ad accounts optimizing for checkout in smaller countries and working flawlessly, but the reason is this. Now, is it going to work better on the smaller countries if you do purchase? Maybe not. Because the ad account is also getting trained to a specific behavior, okay? So just don't care about add to carts if you're advertising in the United States, and trying to hack the system by doing 50 events before the next event or 50 of the next event while you optimize for add to carts and stuff, it's not going to get you anywhere, because the learning phase is strongly attached with the conversion event, okay? So it says you're going to pass, you need 50 events, even if you care about the learning phase. The way that you are proposing it here, it's completely wrong, because after the 50 add to carts is going to pass the learning phase, but it's going to pass the learning phase of getting you more people who add to cart. So even if you believe to the learning phase and you care so much about it, having 50 events of checkout while you optimize for add to cart is not going to get you more checkouts. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Next one. Hi Konstantinos, I just watched all your videos. Are you sure? There are 360 and more than 30 podcasts. How many podcasts do we have? 35 podcasts, and I don't think you have seen all of my videos. Maybe you are. Good for you if you are. I watched all your videos from day one of this. Oh, maybe he does. Of this channel, and you do good. I learn from you. I need more. You need more. How many more? I cannot do more. I do 2 videos and 1 podcast per week. I'm planning to buy your course, but pretty expensive, 500. Any offer, bro? Okay. I see why I added this comment here. I have prepared 1 video about my course, explaining what is giving and how you can see if you're going to buy it or not. So the most things you're going to see there, and I didn't put this in the podcast alone just because I wanted to be clear about the course. The course is not there because I want to become rich from the course. I'm not even running ads for my course, and I will never do, because the course has a completely different meaning. The course is all about teaching you a mindset and teaching you all of my strategies and everything, in order for you to be able to, even make your own strategies after that. Secondly, the course is there to train personnel that I might use in the future. And the course is there for mentorships with people that I'm teaching for a year or 2, teaching them how to do, these are some of my expensive programs that I teach them how to do Facebook ads or have their own freelancing business and so on. So it's not there for the massive audience. Of course, it's going to help a lot of people, but you can learn 80% of this kind of stuff even with my normal videos on YouTube. Secondly, you can go from 80% to 99% with the course by just learning more CPO optimization and so on, which goes deeper there, because this is what you're going to need in the future. CPO optimization and advanced plus optimization, that's it. Other than that, you're not going to learn anything more. So if you're expecting some basic other strategies, it's not, because everything is going to be on YouTube. I don't want to make money from the course. The other thing though is that, first of all, if I put the course on $20 or $30, first of all, it doesn't worth that amount of money, and I wouldn't do it because it would be an accounting nightmare for me. Secondly, there are people that they have bought the course in this price, and there are many, and I'm not going to just lower the price. The price is going to stay forever on 500, and this is not going to change, because it would be unfair for all of them. So don't ask me for better prices on the course. If you don't have the money to buy it, it's totally fine, because I'm not keeping a lot of things from my normal videos. Most probably you can understand it. I'm putting all of the things that I want to say into my YouTube channel. There are just some extra things about way of thinking and going deeper to understanding the algorithm and more CPO optimization. And as I said, it's there for other reasons, because of the mentorships. It's there for some other things that I have to do. And of course, whoever wants to buy it, they can also learn more. But I haven't made the course in a sense of, hey, I'm showing you some teaser things inside my YouTube channel, and then I'm just having the deep, valuable information in the course. It's not like that. You're going to find all the valuable information inside my videos. I don't care. In other words, I don't care. Don't buy it if you don't have the money. Next one. What's wrong with my pixel? My client's website get thousands of visitors every month, but here it shows 55 events. The domain show in the screenshot is the correct domain, hidden for privacy, but when I go to exact domain, the MetaPixel helper doesn't find any pixel. Any guidance at all is really appreciated. Okay, so what we see here is that it receives only 55 page view. In my opinion, it looks like no events are being set here, because the page view, even if you just put the code of the pixel there, is just it's just an event which is a default event. But here, from what I can understand, most probably you haven't set any events, and you need to have a developer check it. The reason that I'm putting this question here is though another one. We need to understand who is expert to something or something else, and we need to work with experts in different fields. Don't try to solve this kind of problems on your own. Find a developer who is good and that you're working well with them, and let them do their thing. It doesn't mean that because you're running ads for someone that you have to do their pixel reporting, you will have to do their landing pages. This is not okay. It's for me, at least to my philosophy, it's better for me to be good at one thing instead of being mediocre in several other things. So just try to focus in things like the Facebook ads, and don't try. On the other hand, if something happens and you touch their code, for example, okay, it's not Shopify, it's not an easy thing to do. If something happens and you touch their code and you do cause a serious issue with their landing pages and everything just because you touch code, the things that you can win out of that, they're much less from the things that you're going to lose if you make a mistake. So just focus on Facebook ads. Next one. The audience overlap is something Facebook reps always advise to fix. Unfortunately, people really listen to this bad advice. Thank you. I have prepared one video which is going to go live on September. I'm showing you why the audience overlap is fake. I'm showing you one ad that I have spent 1,700,000 in just one ad because it was a free credit from Facebook. Out of the 140 million people, it just targeted 20 million people. And then I show you crazy method campaigns with tag lookalikes on the same ad account, and how it's giving different, how you can spend more money to it, and how it's giving different results, and that the audience overlap, it's not something that we should be worried about. It's a good theory, but it's a bull theory, because in reality, there is no way that if you're having an audience of 100 million people and you spend a lot of money to that, you will reach all the audience first of all, which is their first, it is the first thing that they say, that, okay, if you have a problem, spend more money to it to reach more people, okay? And the second thing is that they don't care about the hot pockets that you can create. So based on who is going to convert first, is going to create different hot pockets inside a very big audience. Instead of just creating one hot pocket, even if you spend a lot of money, it's still one hot pocket that you are spending this money. And I'm proving it in the video with these different spends and everything. I think that you're going to find it interesting. Friend, how do you select the countries in the ad set? Do you put several countries in the set or separate each country for each set? The reason that I'm putting this question here, as you can see, I'm fixing my problems in this last podcast. Okay, I'm telling things that really bother me. This question is coming from a video that I'm explaining exactly this thing. So this person went to the video, he didn't see the video, and he's asking a question anyway. Imagine like I'm watching how to do this on Photoshop, for example, okay? And I'm clicking and I'm making the same question on the comment while the video explains how to do something on Photoshop that I just searched. I'm tempted not to answer it, but I will. So, as I explained in this video, which you can watch also if you want, it's good to group the countries based on how big they are. So United States has to be alone. Canada, United Kingdom, they are kind of same size. I like to have United Kingdom alone. Australia is a very small country comparing to United States, so using them together doesn't make any sense, and so on. And another thing that you can do in order to group them, except from using always United States alone, the other ones, if you want to group them, you have to see if they're on the same size, so that you will know that they're going to spend, that Facebook is going to spend equally to all of them, because if you just put a very big country, Facebook is going to spend most of the money there. By the way, if we talk about budgets that are $10,000 or $20,000 in one ad set per day, and you have even worldwide, this is not an issue. Facebook is going to spend in a lot of different countries, even if you put United States and stuff. Over there, you will have to watch, if you group together Tunisia, Turkey, India, and all of these countries that they have low CPMs, and Facebook is spending there for no reason. But other than that, if you put the top 20, top 30 countries, as we call them, and United States inside, and you spend $10,000, $20,000 per day, it's going to be fine, even if you break down the results. But if you spend 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000 per day, and you put United States with other countries, most probably the majority of the budget is going to go to United States. And it's fine if it's working and you are having good ROAS, but if you want to test different countries for different reasons, this is not going to serve you well. Second thing here, is the segmentation that you will have to do based on the time zone, because the budget is resetting in one account in a specific hour, the hour that you set the ad account at the beginning. For example, you might be having set it in the Athens time, okay? But if you run ads in the United States, it's going to reset not in the proper time, but during a bad time, cutting the prime time zone, the prime zone of running ads and the best hours, and then starting all over again. This is not good in terms of optimization. Also, it's not good when you're grouping different countries that they have different prime hours. For example, the prime hour is from 5 to 11, 12, that we see the biggest the better results, because people are more active after their jobs and they buy more, or there are their houses and so on. Imagine grouping United States, United Kingdom, and Australia. The prime zones are going to be different throughout the day, so you're going to have a problem to when your ads are going to optimize on how much they're going to spend during the day. So I don't consider a good practice to group them all together. I think you should group them separately for the reasons that I mentioned earlier, and you can see again this video, which I explain it even more in order to understand it further. Now, let's go to one of the best questions that I have seen here. This guy is also my subscriber, as far as I can see, and I can understand that. I don't know if it's my idea, but he was speaking a little bit like we could understand each other, you know. I feel like we were speaking the same language. He says, Hi Konstantinos, this came yesterday, so I didn't even, I just wrote it here. Hi Konstantinos, great content. Can you share your ideas about the crazy method when separate ads, 2 or 3, are used instead of dynamic? So he's referring to the fact that when we are showing the dynamic creative ads and the crazy method, we're using dynamic creative ads. What is it going to happen if inside an ad set we will have different ads, like an ad 2, ad 3, ad 4, instead of having just one ad, which is dynamic creative ad. In this case, each ad spend, each ad set spends a different amount of budget in the same ad set. So in the optimization stage, should the budget be cut based on the ad set level or the ad level where separate ads are? I hope you catch my idea. If not, let me know and try to explain it more. So, I do catch your idea, and let me tell you what is happening with this. First of all, this is something that I cannot create a video about because I believe that only 2% of my audience is going to understand it. Basically, what he is suggesting is that you run a crazy method with different ads with the same ad sets, because it's crazy method, and then you have in each ad set, it can be the same ads for all the ad sets. One ad, second ad, third ad, fourth ad, fifth ad, whatever. I'm doing some campaigns that I'm having, for example, 10 ad sets and 10 ads per ad set. It's a completely different strategy. It's very difficult because you have to do CBO optimization inside the ad level to each one of the ad sets, and then do CBO optimization to the ad set level also. First, you start with the ad sets, you do that. When you reach to the point that you have sorted them out, then you do on the ad set level. Now, if you're using 3 to 5 ads and not 10, which, as I told you, I cannot make a video about it because it's super complex. I guess I need to be in a Big Brother reality and somebody watching me every day on how I optimize one campaign like this. But if you use 3 ads, for example, this is the comfort zone that you will not have to watch what is happening on the ad level. You will just watch the ad sets and optimize based on the ad sets. Still, I truly believe that if we want to make it simple for people, because CBO optimization is already difficult, because crazy method is something that you can see and you can do it. The problem is the CBO optimization, and I'm preparing also videos about more CBO examples of optimization, because we focused too much in the last period on Advantage Plus. It was working very well and we didn't do a lot of CBO optimization. So I want to change that also. Because of the fact also that we have 8 Advantage Plus per ad account in the United States. So if you want to scale more, you have to go back to the basics of CBO. This is why I'm saying that you should not just focus on blueprint all the time and don't care about other things, because things are changing. You know, now we have a limit of 8 Advantage Plus, and if you want to do more, you will have to do normal CBOs if you want to scale. With the way that we are saying, with several campaigns and stuff, so that you can have a very solid structure. The thing here is this. If you do 3 to 5 ads, you should not watch the ad level. If you do more than that, you should start with the ad level, optimizing it, closing, and so on. You're not limiting the budget, you're still leaving it like this. It's going to take a longer period. I don't find it efficient. In some of the accounts that I do it because I have the luxury, because they're already profitable accounts. I wouldn't do it in an account, for example, that's struggling. But I do it because I like CBO optimization, that it's more challenging. It's like I put a challenge to myself. I wouldn't do it in a normal ad account. I'm doing it like a play, okay? Because I want to play with something. But I'm not going to do it seriously in an ad account, because it's too much work, it's too risky. You're putting much more effort without touching the budget, optimizing the ad level first before you move to optimizing the ad set level. I don't find it efficient, I don't find it difficult. Yes, it can work. I don't see any difference if you do it with 10 ads and you are left with 3 or 4 ads in an ad set, and then you optimize the ad set level. I'm not going to ever make a video about it because it's super complex, and it's just a game for me that I like to play because it's more challenging. It's like you can solve the Rubik's Cube, and then you take the biggest one with more layers. Yes, it can work. If you use 3 to 5, you can even do it without doing dynamic creative ads, and it's going to be fine, just optimizing the ad set level. Of course, I don't know your experience with CBO. The fact that you're thinking like this makes me think that maybe you have experience, maybe you don't, I don't know. The last thing that I want to point out based on what you said is that you should never cut a budget based on the ad level, but based on the ad set level, because this is where all the budgets are being spent, yes, in the ads, but through the ad set. So in the ad set, you are going to decide how much you're going to cut and what kind of balance you are going to keep. If you don't if you want, you can test it if you're experienced enough. But even if you have 1 year or 2 years of experience, I wouldn't suggest it to do, and it's not efficient unless if you're crazy with Facebook ads, like the way that I am, and you like to test new things and stuff, and you find it interesting. Other than that, it's super difficult. It's time consuming, because imagine that you go and it's like you're doing optimization to 10 different CBO campaigns, because you go inside each one of the assets and you optimize them differently, watching the dominant ad and so on. So if you don't find it interesting, don't do it. And let me tell you that it's not efficient also. It's going to take you so much time to optimize something that you could have done much faster, either with dynamic ads or with less ads, because if it doesn't work with the less ads, just close it and test your other creatives, okay? Yeah, that's it. I hope you get my point. But I'm not going to judge you if you want to do it and you like Facebook ads. I do it also. Let's go to the last question. Hi, thank you for the valuable informations. I think information doesn't have plural. Okay, so thank you for the valuable information. I have a question, please. I test a product for 2 months now. I do CBO with 3-4 ad sets, 10 a day. The CBO is $10 per day with 3-4 ad sets. Why? And giving consistent sales between 1-3 a day. Some days 0 sales, especially in Sunday and morning. After the beginning, the CPM was 25.40 and the CPC 1.2 to 2.4, which is high. Lastly, I start to lower CPC 0.45, 0.85, depends on the ad set. Is it running CBO or ABO? No, he says CBO. Just, if you have $10 per day, just run one ad set. You don't have to do it like this. You're just, I don't know. I try 50 budget a day, CBO with 4 ad sets, that works. Perfect. So you can start with one ad set, do an ABO with the $10, see what is working. Don't run 3 or 4 ad sets. Maybe he means he runs an ABO with 3-4 ad sets. Okay. So you can do 3-4 ad sets, $10 each, see which one is working, then move it to crazy method. I try a $50 budget a day, CBO with 4 ad sets, that works. First day 4 sales, second day 1 sale, third day 1 sale, and I kill it. I tried the crazy method with some ad sets. It didn't give good results, maybe because the pixel is new. Okay, I think you should try the crazy method with whatever it has worked before. And then I will explain a little bit about what you say here. Do I have to keep testing new interests with same budget to find new hot pockets? Do I need to use lookalike? Okay, this is a super condensed question. First of all, I can see here that you're doing the basic mistake that a lot of people do. When you have a new pixel, you should be a little bit more flexible in terms of what you're asking. For example, you're having 4 sales in the first day. We analyzed a lot of times in this channel that in the first 24-48 hours, Facebook is going to give us very good results, because it's going to give us all the low-hanging fruits, so that we can get some optimization events like purchases in that case, so that we can continue optimizing. If our pixel is not strong enough to keep producing sales, then our campaign is going to die. In your case here, what we want to see in the starting of a new campaign is to see consistency, or if we might say, we don't care if we see 4 sales today and after 2-3 days another 2 sales, and after 2-3 days another 2 sales. The fact that you're having 4 sales, then 1 sale and you kill it, for me it's a mistake. You should not do that. you should keep it and you should let it optimize because at least it's giving you some consistency. So I believe that problem number one is that you're closing it too fast. Problem number two is that you are super demanding for a new pixel and you just want to get for sales every day. Most probably it's not going to happen. Then you say you try the crazy method. Of course, if you try the crazy method and you run it just for 3 days and then kill it, even if it gives you one sale per day, this is wrong. You're not optimizing your campaign properly. Do I have to increase the budget more with working ad sets and exclude 180 days plus give it more time? You should not exclude audiences from the past. Facebook is not about, okay, these people came from Facebook, I now want only new traffic. These people, you should not exclude anything, in other words, because even if somebody has converted in your site in the past and he converts again, it's still data that is going to help you continue optimizing and find more. You need to give it more time. As I said, you should not exclude audiences like the way that you want to do. Basically, you're doing all the mistakes that somebody shouldn't do initially over here. And no, don't decrease the budget with working ads. Just do another campaign. Just leave this campaign alone to keep producing sales as it is. Don't try to increase the budgets and increase like this. Do I have to keep testing new interests with same budget to find new hot pockets? Yes, all the time. Do I need to use lookalike? You need to use lookalike from time to time in order to see if it's working, and if it doesn't work, just try again later and again later and again later until you see that something has changed, because lookalikes is all about how much data you have and if your ad account or pixel is ready to do it. Don't start initially with stacked lookalike crazy method. You should start first with creating a campaign CBO that you have 1% purchase, then another ad set with 1 to 2, another ad set with 3%, another ad set with 1 to 3%, and so on. Just try some small lookalikes first, then just try stack lookalikes if you want, then just try different lookalikes. For example, 1% purchase, 1% add to cart, 1% this and that in different ad sets. Or maybe try 5% or 10%, but just alone in one ad set, just so that the potential reach will be smaller. For example, you can try 5% add to cart, one ad set, 5% purchase, one ad set, 5% view content, one ad set, and so on. And I think that when you have some success with this kind of lookalikes, then you can move to stack lookalikes and crazy method and start seeing if it's going to work for you or not. I think that explains it. Super big question with a lot of things here, but I hope that explained everything. That's all with your questions. Let's go to the freelancer diaries and let's close this. I must make it again 1 hour. Perfect. Okay, let's go to this. Most probably I will not keep continuing doing this freelancer diaries things because I'm not so active right now on Upwork, so I don't get a lot of these gems. If I ever get something, I will just put it, but just don't expect it every time from now on. I think it's something that we have seen a lot, and maybe it's time to say hello, goodbye to it. So the last two that I had, it's first of all, one that says, I need help with basic understanding of business page, ads manager, business manager. I have a client who gave me admin and I think I used one of my 2 business accounts for them. Is there a way to get this back? They have not claimed it. I would like to get this resolved now via Zoom. So, if you don't know how to do this kind of stuff, why are you taking access from people and you're trying to run ads? My problem with that is that outside there, it's flooded with people that they claim that they can do Facebook ads and they're clueless, like this guy, that he doesn't even know how to take admin access or page access and stuff, and still they're going to run ads for some people. So just be careful with whom you're working with, because there are people that they claim that they know a lot, but obviously here you can see that they don't. And the other thing that really annoys me is that if I didn't know and I haven't seen certain things, I wouldn't have, the courage to go immediately and try to lie straight to the face of someone and tell them that I'm a guru or whatever and I can do this and that. I'm really amazed of how ruthless some people are. They don't care. Let's go to the next one. And they are not afraid at all. They are not afraid. The idea fake it until you make it, which I have seen also from some younger people that I have met and they wanted to learn Facebook ads and stuff. It's so annoying and so stupid. But the problem is that it's actually working. And this is super annoying because I was saying to one of my friends the other time that even if I was going to do a podcast over here, okay, and I was coming out naked with a bow tie, a parrot over here with a pink hat and saying stupid stuff all day, if I was going to do it consistently for 20 years, most probably I would have a very faithful audience. So the game is rigged in terms of if you do something consistently, eventually it's going to work even if you have nothing to offer. So please be careful with whom you are working to, because there are people that they have nothing else to do with their lives and they are ruthless and they are going to lie so much in order to just take $1,000 or $2,000 out of you. Last one, meta ads for Shopify store sales. I need to build a massive lead magnet for mega sales Armageddon on Facebook ads. So I named this one, I believe, when I was saving it to show it to you, all the red flags. Okay, so here we have one which is called all the red flags, and it has build massive lead magnet for mega sales Armageddon on Facebook ads. I need to educate customers for maximize the results in a short period of time. So in other words, I want to succeed everything super fast by not spending a lot of money, but having a lot of success. Now, I have met people that we go, for example, on a call and I tell them, what is the budget? They say, for example, $10,000, but as long as you are profitable, scale as much as you want, it doesn't matter. Then I go, 1 month later, I spend 200K, they have problems with stock. They don't have money on the credit card to pay because they have all this stuff. So I'm sick and tired of all of this. In my life, I have met 1 or 2 people that they meant it, okay? One of them, it's still my client to the day, even if I believe that even if I spend in one day 1 million or 2 million, he will find a way of sorting everything out for me and leaving me alone to do my job. He has the money capacity to do that, but he also finds solutions to things that are difficult. Even if a credit card, for example, has a problem, he's going to call them and it's going to be fine. Even if we don't have a credit on Facebook to spend so much money, he's going to call them and find something. So there are some people that they mean it, but over here you have people that they, even if you go and you do all the things that he's saying, most probably he wouldn't be able to actually serve all of these leads or whatever that may be. So you will see in your life, I'm talking to freelancers, these people that they're going to say all of these big things, but they're not ready to do them, and they just like to vision them, or they just like to dream of them, but they are just not ready. So all the red flags here, build massive lead magnet, mega sales Armageddon, educate customers for maximizing results in a short period of time. All of that concludes our episode for today. I hope that you liked it. I think it was a little bit different of the others, but I'm already in vacation mood, so sorry for that. Guys, we will talk again on September. We have Black Friday coming and a lot of interesting things. I'm going to do some case studies of 1 year clients on how I scaled them from 20K to spending 200 or 300k per month in several cases, or having more CPU optimizations that I want to show, more big accounts with big structure with a lot of advanced plus and CBO campaigns and different things. The only thing which hasn't worked a lot in this period is manual bidding, to have a lot of things to show you. I have some cost caps, but nothing interesting. They just spend a small amount of money. So new stuff coming. September is going to be heavy content month, and most probably we will start after the 13th or the 21. We will see, we will decide. Most probably the next podcast is going to be on the, if we go here, it's going to be either on the 16th, no, either on the 15th or on the 22. Okay, so that's all I had for you. Be creative, be consistent, have a great summer, do some vacation, go get some tan like me. And by the way, I'm not even trying for that. If I stay 1 second under the sun, this is what happens to me. And yeah, drink some pina coladas, some things, because we have Black Friday coming and we will have to work a lot, and I believe that it's going to be a good Black Friday. So get ready, guys, relax for a little bit, and we will talk again on September. Bye. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News Podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.